Jason, me and Jason actually need a car. Like, are you going to give us the car? Like, what's taking you so long to give us this car? But he's being him. So, of course, you guys know we're living in the middle of a pandemic, and me and Jason are taking these costly rides back and forth to get to the grocery store or to the city, wherever we have to go. And we're in and out of the car with complete strangers, you know, pretty much putting ourselves in a position to actually catch COVID-19 if one of our drivers could have possibly had it, because they've been driving around people all day. Some of you may be looking at it like, well, you should get your car fixed, and that's fine, like, which is what I ended up doing. But at the same time, I'm like, do anybody look at it and be like, damn, little baby, like, why are you being petty like this? And it's like, he tries to be petty towards me, but he puts Jason in a bad situation. Like, even if you feel like, Ayesha, fuck you, you don't deal with me no more, it's like, Jason is in and out of Ubers, and you offered us a car for the second time 2 years in a row. I do not when he does petty shit like this, I don't let it get to me, because I'm kind of used to it. Like, I don't know. I really don't know what the issue could be between me and my child's father, because the only thing I seriously did was leave him completely alone. Like, I never wanted to beef with him or not be like the coolest friends, but our situation is kind of weird, okay? Because he, on top of how he may feel about how I kind of walked away from our situation, he also has a girlfriend that could possibly be in his ear that hates my fucking guts too, no matter how cool she try and be. But she kind of hates my guts too, because she feels like I humiliated her in the middle of our argument when the girl put up her personal information. I laughed at her, and, you know, I mean, we were in the middle of a fight. She posted stripper pictures of me. So it's like, she was trying to hurt me, I was trying to hurt her, and, you know, we both took low jabs. But I mean, I got over it, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like she's mad at me because she feels like I humiliated her. And I feel like he's mad at me because I walked away. You know, like, men really have egos. Like, this bitch walked away from me. Like, yeah. But at this point, I let her have him. I let him have her. I don't understand why we can't all be friends. So, to clear the air, I was not blowing him up to buy me a car or blowing him up, like, begging. Me and my son were in a position where our car really went bad, and we needed that car that he had been promising us for 2 years, that he, by the way, never gave to us. I don't know why oh yeah, do you guys really want to hear what happened? Okay, so this is how you know Jada is mad, and she fishes for, even though I let her have the wrapper, she still fishes for ways to, she still wants to get back from when I laughed at her. And obviously, her having the wrapper, her having Loyal, and her getting the backstage passes and being able to take pictures with the guy is still not enough. She feels like, I have to pay that bitch golden back. And the way I actually figured out that he gave the car away is because Jada posted it. So, like I said, me and Jason are in a position where we really need this car. And it got so bad to where I was like, listen, I'm really like spending a bag every week. Can you just, I asked him, I said, can you just go half with me on the damages for my car? Just get our old car fixed. Like, I don't know why are you holding this new car that you supposedly bought over our head? I don't know why you're doing that, because me and Jason are in this position, regardless of if you only have a certain way, you feel a certain way about me and Jason are both in this position. All this money you gave me and Jason are in a weird fucking position for you little baby. So I even said, hey, listen, just help me get our old car fixed. We'll drive around in our old car, or cover the rental while my car gets fixed. And I'm cool with that. So when I asked him that, it's like he cursed me out. He called me all type of names. Like, he just completely went crazy. Fuck you, bitch. Put me on child support. And it's like, I'm sitting here. Like, the way that I'm talking to you guys like that, I'm always this calm. Like, and maybe that is irritating to someone who wants a certain type of reaction out of you. And I swear to you, I promise you, I truly feel like a lot of things that he does and to publicly for her is probably because he wants me to feel a certain type of way. Either he wants me to feel like, oh, I don't do this for you because you left, or oh, look at what I do for her, run back to me, or like, I don't know, like, what type of games he plays, but it's like, when I left him, I didn't leave. I left the money, I left that life, the lifestyle, and all of that shit didn't matter. Like, I strictly left. I left for real reasons. I left because, after you fronted on me, you let Jada respect our son. Like, regardless of what you could do for me or what type of lifestyle you can provide, you weren't what I needed as a man. Like, I want a man, I want a man that's going to love and protect. I want a real man. Like, and if you can't stand up for me and my son over a girl that has followers, I can't do anything with you. Whether you are a thousandaire or a millionaire, you're not. There's no substance there. So there's not an amount of money that you could offer or make that could make up for missing those type of qualities. So a lot of people said, oh, I talked about my child's school because I wanted a Birkin bag. You guys have no idea who I am. Another great valid point is he bought her like 4 or 5 Birkin bags for Mother's Day. The same day that me and Jason were supposed to get our car. And I said absolutely nothing because it's not my business what he does for her and what he does for his money. The only thing that I expect him to do is what he's supposed to do and what he offers to do. And that doesn't happen. As far as why that particular day, I ticked. I received a phone call from a parent that I became cool with during the school year. And she's like, how do you feel about this whole new virtual learning thing? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, they sent me everything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I haven't been getting any emails from the school. And I called the school and I'm like, why haven't I been getting any emails? They said, oh, well, Jason's tuition was never paid. He has an outstanding balance. So we took him off the portals of the school. And we don't have a slot for him in early learning 4s and 5s. And I asked his dad, I texted him and I said, why didn't you pay my son's school? They've started to send out packages and programs. And the conversation went from there. And then I log onto Instagram and I see this girl laying on a Birkin bag. So yeah, I blew steam. I said, what the fuck is what kind of fucking clown show is this? Like, what? Yeah, so eventually, sorry, I'm human, I fucking snapped. No, it's not because I want a Birkin, but because I'm trying to figure out, why didn't you pay for my son's school? Anyway, I think I skipped part of the story. So anyway, back to how I found out he gave my car away. So after he cursed me out, he was like, put me on child support, bitch, I'm not doing shit. And I'm like, you know what? It's been 2.5 years, and this guy has not matured. He's not gotten over the fact that Me and him aren't this, is that, and the third. I still think he moves spiteful and do bullshit to try and get me to feel a certain type of way with this girl. I do need to go ahead and contact my lawyers. So that's what I did. I contacted my lawyer. I said, yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna be a stand-up guy and just do right, because I really think he's trying to pay me back for leaving or make me feel a certain type of way. And I get a phone call from my homegirl, and she's like, Ayesha. And I'm like, what? She's like, didn't you tell your baby daddy you wanted the Range Rover? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, Jada just posted a Range Rover. She was sitting in the car, and she was like, oh, congratulations, LaWanda, on the car. And she was like, I'm pretty sure she was sitting in a Range Rover. And of course, Jada was so happy to post that car because she loves the fact that my child's father will shit on me and his son and not help us. She loves that. She feels like, you laughed at me. You humiliated me. Now I have your dumbass baby daddy. He neglects you and your son, and he doesn't stand up on his business, and it makes me feel better about myself and the position that I'm in. And I don't even want the nigga. I just want him to do right. But it does something for Jada. It makes her feel better. It makes her feel like she's winning. And, you know, woman to woman, speaking to every woman out here, you have to be careful about what you allow in a man and what you think is funny, because if a man has the heart to do that to one woman and his child, if you ever fall from his good grace, he'll do it to you. He'll do it to you. It doesn't matter who the woman is, it's what's in him. If you ever stop kissing ass and stop playing dumb, it will be you and your son. He will do it to you. But that's what happened with the car. Never asked him for a car, never begged him for a car. I just was simply trying to figure out if he was ever going to give me what he offered while me and Jason were in a weird position with the car. As far as the whole clothing thing, I'm surprised that he even said that, because Lil Baby actually told me that he wanted to buy our son's clothes. Why? Because he wants to dress his son in Gucci, Louis, Prada, Moschino, and stuff like that, because he feels like his son is a representation of him. And me personally, I'll take my son to H&M and the Baby Gap. And he's like, no, my son's not wearing that. So he said, I'm going to buy my son's clothes. So when Jason's clothes get small, I say, hey, Jason needs more clothes, because you know you want to dress him in Gucci and Rolex watches. Not that I won't buy my son clothes. You want to dress him a certain type of way, so you told me you're going to dress him. Not because I won't do it. So that's that part of him trying to make me seem like I'm some irresponsible mom, because that's what it all boils down to. As far as him paying my sister's rent, my sister moved into a house and he paid my sister's deposit. You know, the initial deposit to move into a house. And that was it. My sister pays her rent every month. What else did I say? As far as the timing of when I asked him about school, I had no idea that my son had an outstanding balance until I actually called. I thought this was handled months ago. Then COVID happened, and then, you know, I called, like, why haven't I got my virtual packages for my son? And that's that. But as far as my house, he bought me a house. So as far as all of these lies, like, I'm not an independent woman, I don't ask him for anything. I don't ask him to help me with my inventory. I don't ask him to help me go get my things imported. I don't ask him for anything because I can't. Because I'm not having sex with him. And he doesn't feel like he should help me. I guess I'm on punishment because I left. When I left and I said I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to go back and forth, I left the benefits of him, and I'm totally fine about that. The only thing I deal with now is basically him being moody with what he's supposed to be doing, and him never falling through with what he offers. I'm a very independent woman. I don't want you to ever get that fucked up. Nobody does anything for me at all. I'm involved with people that hold their money over my head, and I don't fold. I don't give a fuck. Like, what? So yeah, my advice to anybody watching this is, when you have a child with somebody, understand that people grow out of the relationship. People grow out of love. But you need to be mature enough to get out of your emotionally